Good morning, everyone. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us in this online lecture here at Tilburg University. My name is Kenny Meesters. I'm a lecturer in information management here at the university. And, well, this is, of course, unique circumstances, but we also wanted to continue with our education, and we wanted to reach out, make this lecture public, because today, this lecture, we're talking about online collaboration and remote working. Just as an introduction, this course, this class is part of a bigger course on management and information systems. And in this course, we talk about different developments, how these developments impact organizations and companies, and how that transforms them into a new century, a new way of working. So this course runs for 14 weeks, and today is one of the classes of the course. The course is meant for our bachelor students of business economics, and those students have been following different courses. So this course is not per se about the technology, it's not a deep dive in what is technically possible or on online education. Today we're really talking about what does this shift mean when working physically in the same building to online. And aside from these 5 trends that we discuss in our classes, actually today, of course, there is a sort of second or 6th trend or push, which is this virus outbreak that actually moves us as organizations and society to start exploring these other trends and what they can mean for us. Due to the outbreak and the consequences and the government regulations, we're looking at alternative ways of working. We're looking at how technology can help us transform and deal with these changes. So one of these changes, that's going to be the topic of today's class. It's about enhancing organizational communication and collaboration. And this is a key aspect of societies and organizations these days, because technology allows us to work remotely, allows us to connect even though we're not at the physical same place, or even if we're not working at the same time. So we decided that with that topic on the agenda and the developments that are going on, that today would actually be a good opportunity to show that you can do online teaching, that you can work remotely. Partly because it's the content of the course, but also because we are doing that as a university, as many universities are in the Netherlands, currently transitioning from in-classroom teaching to online education. And that change is pretty apparent. This morning when I walked into the university, this was what I saw. The building deserted, no students. Students are not allowed to come to the university. Most of the staff is not allowed to come to the university. And you will see these empty hallways. I think whether that's a university or a company, you will probably recognize these images even in the streets. And our university is also strongly advising on the screens everywhere for people to take precautions. Of course, I'm at the university, but doing this class online. But I can tell you there is almost nobody else in the room except for IT support, who are sitting about 7 meters away from me. We're using disinfectants, so we're taking every precaution and following every advice that we get, and I recommend you do the same. So that's the developments in the physical world, but if we look at the developments in the online world, we see actually an increase. You might recognize tools like Microsoft Teams or Slack or Work or Zoom, and actually we see a rapid increase. Over 4 times as much of these tools have been being used in the last days. So there's a tremendous move and use of these tools. It's not only the tools that we're using, because this is from a Dutch website, so my apologies that this article is in Dutch. It's from a website, Tweakers. And one of the features of the website is a price watch. And in this price watch, they can also see how many times people click on certain items. And what you will see in the graph is that there is a rapid increase in the number of times people are searching for and clicking through when they want to buy a webcam. So over the last days, there's been a tremendous increase in people buying webcams docking stations, headsets, and so on. So all of that, these two trends, using the tools and buying the equipment, means that we're getting ready and start moving towards working remotely. If the slides are a bit hard to read or we're switching back and forth, no worries. Later on, we'll post the slides in full so you can follow and you can read along when you watch this video later. But for now, these are some of the trends that are happening. So what are we going to talk about today? What's today's agenda? Well, we have two parts. The first part is this lecture where we talk a little bit more about the theory, about the practical implications, about 3 topics. Why do we need to work, communicate, and collaborate in the first place? How has technology and the internet and the web evolved to make that possible? And finally, what are some of the considerations to making that work? So, in case you get lost, I put the 3 colors in there, gold, green, and blue, the colors of our university. So you will see the same colors in the header, so if you get lost or you're wondering where we are, remember those colors. After this initial lecture, we're going to have a short break, and then we're going to continue with a panel. And in this panel, we've invited 4 different people with expertise, people with experience, to talk about what does it mean for our organization as a university, what does it mean for other organizations, this shift. So we will be joined by our IT services director from the university, one of our academic directors, a student, and an expert on telecommunications. So after the break, we're going to talk a little bit more about these topics and these challenges and what they mean now in a practical basis.